Well, welcome back. Uh, well, to get ready for the budget paint job here, which I mean, it is on a budget. Unlike you guys, I ain't got money falling out of my pockets here, so I'm gonna do it myself. Not the first time, sure it won't be the last. But old Piecemeal here, we got to get her painted up. So first things first, we got to strip her down. Like I said, I've been avoiding this for quite some time now, well over a year and a half, maybe closer to 2 years. I've been avoiding, mainly because I didn't have room in the barn. I mean, I'll probably use that as my excuse, but didn't really want to go through this process. But here I am. It's got to get done. So we got to spiff her up. She's time to look at least half decent on the road. I mean, I think she looks all right anyway, in the primer, even though this primer is junk and I absolutely hate it. But so first step, got to strip her down. Now I'm going to leave, at least for right now, I'm going to leave the hood, doors, and trunk lid on. And that's just to help with the whole sanding process. And I can only line up stuff so much. Well, dog's barking. I can only line up stuff so much, but I'm going to leave these on for right now to help line up. Keep lined up as I sand everything out, because it's just going to help if this is on the car, because then it's mounted up solid, then it's a lot easier to sand this. So we're going to leave this on for right now. Like I said, the trunk lid, doors, going to leave those on. And once I got the outside prepped up, then we're going to pull the doors and deck lid, trunk lid, the hood, so we can prep the undersides of those. I have you on wide shot right now just to make sure, instead of having the camera sitting 10 feet outside of the barn here, that way it gets everything. So if it looks a little distorted, it's because it's on wide shot. Where's it at? And when I say strip it down, I mean strip it down. And that means this radiator is going to come out. So I was undecided if I was pulling the motor and transmission. Here comes neighbor. There they go. I was undecided if I was going to pull the motor and transmission before I did the paint. And I'm going to, just because it's got to come out anyway. And that way I can clean up in here better, because I got some patches that I gotta fix up a little better. Like over here, I did cut that and put a piece on it. I painted it on the backside. I did not finish it off in here because the plan was when I pulled the motor out, and I'll dress it up, finish it off, or redo it a little better. So, well, that's where we stand. Bumpers, grills, lights. I'm going to leave the door handles on as well. I know a lot of you are, well, if you're going through all that trouble, you might as well pull the door handles off and everything else. And, well, this is not a show car here. We are not building a show car. I couldn't build a show car if I wanted to. At least, I'm working in a barn here. I could look up there and I could see straight outside. I'm only going to get it so good inside the barn here. But anyway, other than we're not building a show car, number one. Number two, eventually it's going to get redone again anyway. It's inevitable. I have no choice in the matter. Because like I said, these front fenders they're shot. I mean, yeah, they're solid. I mean, there's metal in them. It's not the greatest metal, but they're not great. Trust me, they are not great. Eventually, if I do find some replacement fenders that don't cost me an arm and a leg here, because I still like to walk around and I like both my hands, we'll replace them. So eventually it's going to get repainted anyway. Some point down the road. 10 years from now, 5 years, I don't know. At some point, that's all I'm trying to tell you. So, no, that's where we stand. I really ain't got nothing else. Probably not going to wear the microphone here while I strip everything down. I might. I don't know. If not, I'll shut it off. I don't know. We'll see. As long as I stand here and just stare at it and try to hope it gets done, never works. Never gets done. Alright, let's get busy here. Oh, it's been a while since I pulled this grill off. Should be a flatter screwdriver, right? Let's see. Brushless. Pulling these off is a good idea. Label, throw them in a bag so you don't lose them. We're gonna clean all this up. You can see she's sitting around. I never really cleaned it up from the first time, but she's actually got moss growing on it. So we'll wash these up, clean them up actually, and most likely probably gonna repaint in here all the black. You know what it's supposed to be. Just dial it up, dress it up. You know, if she's getting a nice fancy new paint, and if you don't clean up any of your bumpers or your trim, like you can see, this is dulled out, it's oxidized. So we're gonna polish this up. But any of your bumpers, door handles, any chrome moldings you got, now I'm missing the windshield and the rear window moldings. Haven't found any yet. Found them for a 2-door, not a 4-door. The front's the same for the 2-door, but the rear is different because this has like kind of a bubble glass, and the 2-door is actually flat. But you got to clean all this stuff up too. I know it takes some extra time, takes some extra effort, but this is something I can sit in the house and do at night. You know, if I'm not out here working on this, I can sit in there and still get something done. But you gotta clean these up too, because otherwise they'll stick out like a sore thumb. You'll see them from a mile away. Now, the boy actually made this in school. Come on, put it to use. That'll work. All right, I can put all my screws in. That's a funny one where the clip's no good. Definitely got to clean her up. Put some new paint on. Might even have to splurge and buy some new headlights. I'm not sure. I know I still got to put a resistor in. Well, not a resistor. A relay in for the headlight switch. Brand new switches, everything. And if I put the high beams on, overheats the switch and my lights go out. I think you've seen that in a previous video. What now? Come on now. So I got to put a relay in to take the major load off of the headlight switch away from it. Careful with all your lenses too. You can't, not the easiest to come across. Oh man, that housing is awesome. A little bit of work to do. A little bit of work to do. There we go. And you can see why I said massive. I like painting them white inside. At least this one. I have to clean them up.